Hey everyone, it's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks Commentary.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary Live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I am Clay, Emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It is Thursday night, November the 16th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. I hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are doing better than the Vancouver Canucks. Yes, it was quite a convincing 5-2 defeat to the Calgary Flames. I don't know why the Canucks insist on these 5-2 games. They beat Montreal, they beat Ottawa 5-2, they lost Toronto 5-2, they lost to Calgary 5-2. So let's talk about it tonight. For those of you that were on Game Over Calgary / Game Over Vancouver, thank you for doing double duty, and let's get going. And Taylor, notice. Yes, slow mode is always on. Usually I set it up when I set up the stream, but as a couple of you probably astutely observed, I was just setting up things at just a couple minutes before I came on. So, hello everyone. Moderators, do what you need to do. Keep this a safe and positive space. Members, that's legends, Hall of Fame and franchise members, thanks for your support as always. And to everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether you're my beautiful neighborhood of Richmond, in Steveston, in the city, in the lower mainland, in the province, in the country, continent, or around the world. Thank you for being here. You know that I know that you could be watching anyone else, doing anything else, getting ready for work, school, or bed, or all three. But the fact that you are here with me, I always appreciate you, and I never, ever take you for granted. So there are 33 of you in here. Not bad, not great, but not bad. Obviously, these streams are always a little bit smaller when the Canucks lose, and that's fine. But there are 33 of you in here. That means we should have at least 15 likes. You don't have to like the fact that the Canucks lost, but like the fact that we are together, that we are hanging out, and that we are part of a wonderful Canucks community that we have here. Now, here's a few ways that you can get involved. You can subscribe so you get active in the chat section, and so you get my videos every single day. You can like the video. Like I said, like the fact that we are together. You can leave a donation and get the donation train out of the station. You can become a member. You can upgrade your own membership. You can gift a membership to someone. That's a $5 donation, and it doubles as a franchise membership for someone for a month. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. We had all those funny jokes yesterday about I'll tell you that for free. I'll tell you that for free. And then I saw some tweets going out. I'll tell you that 4-3 because that's what the Canucks won. So Art Umlis says, I like this. They were tired tonight, and I can tell you that 5-2. Very good. Very good. So, of course, I want the Canucks to win every single game they play. But even the most diehard fan will acknowledge that sometimes they're just not going to have it in them. Sometimes the other team plays very well. And, you know, it's funny. I used to always think this, that I used to always naively think that the Canucks will win or lose based on their own effort, and the Canucks will dictate whether or not they win or lose. All they have to do is play well and they'll win. All they have to do is not play well and they'll lose. But don't forget, there's another professional hockey team on the ice. So I make no excuses. That was a good performance by the Calgary Flames. It was. You can't say anything else. You can't say anything bad about it. Calgary was good tonight. They're better than the Vancouver Canucks. Am I going to blame the schedule for this loss? Canucks did their 3-game road trip out east, come back, play one home game, a very emotional game against the Islanders, then go back one time zone to play one game, and now they're heading back to Vancouver. It's not the best schedule I've ever seen, but I don't think you can make an excuse that that's the reason why they lost. However, on the flip side, and this isn't me being an optimist, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, no, the Canucks got exposed for who they actually are. Look at their regression. They're going to come back to earth. No, I'm not saying that at all either. Canucks have had an awesome start. They have awesome players, great start to the year, and tonight was simply not their night, and we have to be mature enough to give the Calgary Flames some credit for that. So a couple observations from tonight's game. Casey DeSmith records his first regulation loss. He was 4-0-1 coming into tonight's game, but now he's 4-1-1. And I admit he did not look good on goals 2, 3, or 4. And we'll get into that in a second. Linus Karlsson makes his debut because Kuzmenko did not make the trip, but it sounds like he might play on Saturday. Pius Suter is still out, so that's why that's what necessitated the extra body. In this case, Linus Karlsson on his 24th birthday. I thought he was okay in 11 minutes of ice time. And then on the back end, Carson Soucy, again, out 6 to 8 weeks. So then you had Mark Friedman and Noah Juleson playing. Akito Hirose was sent back to Abbotsford to make room for Linus Karlsson. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. If they or before Saturday, if they call up another defenseman and want a different look on their blue line. So let's talk about the game. And to do that, I will bring up the stats and then we can kind of go through it together. So Canucks won last night, that emotionally charged game over Bo Horvat and the New York Islanders. And then whether you call it a schedule loss or a letdown, Rick Tocchet, he didn't make excuses after the game. He did say, though, when you're a tired team, so he admitted they were tired, and that's fair. You can admit that without making excuses. You can, if you're a tired team, you have to manage the game better. You can't have so many turnovers. You have to make smarter plays, more simple plays. I'm not convinced that the Canucks did that tonight. So let's talk about this. You just look at the overall at a glance. Calgary outshot Vancouver almost 2-1, 39-22, faceoffs, whatever. The Canucks special teams was actually better. They went 1 for 3 in the power play and they killed off both Calgary penalties. And then hits were about the same, and the Canucks actually blocked more shots. So you look here, obviously the biggest difference is the shot differential. And then you look at expected goals. For those of you advanced stats people, the expected goals for this game were, I'm just looking up right now on Natural Stat Trick. The expected goals for this game were 2.6 to 1.2. So technically, Calgary got a bit lucky on the shooting, and so did Vancouver, based on the flow of play. So Calgary did deserve to win this game from an expected goals standpoint. The first goal, Elias Pettersson on the power play. Wow, this was a short power play because remember, Vancouver took a penalty, then Calgary took a penalty. So then this was a beautiful play. It was Hughes to Miller, who looked like he was going to shoot, drew all 4 defensemen, at least their attention, all 4 Calgary players' attention to him across, and then a beautiful one-timer slap shot from PD. And then I tweeted out that Pettersson, Miller, and Hughes, as friends, they all got a point together. So they all extended their point, their lead above the NHL together. So now they're all tied with 27 points after that shot. And I actually thought that the Canucks looked like the more dominant team in the first period. And I thought they were going to win. I really did. But then Mackenzie Weegar scores on a really good wrist shot to beat Casey DeSmith. And this was the only goal that I gave DeSmith a pass on, because it was a really good shot. And we've seen even Demko get beat by point blank shots, unobstructed. So 1-1 after 1, all is fine in the world. Then in the second period, Dylan Dubé didn't like this goal. Mangiapane takes a shot and it sneaks through DeSmith's pads and is basically rolling towards the goal line. And then I think it was Mikheyev who could have got to it, but of course, no one expected it to get through to Smith. Dylan Dubé saw it first, and he was able to race behind Dubé and tap the puck in, and then now it's 2-1. So that's fine. And then I thought maybe the Canucks would get out of the second period, a period that they got dominated in shots. What was it? Yeah, 17-5. If they get out of the second period down 2-1, then I have great confidence that they can win in the third period. But then they give up that Hanifin goal 4-on-4, and this was a killer. For that shift, Calgary dominated. I think Pettersson was on the ice. Can't remember. And then Hanifin looked like he was going to go around the net, and PD didn't do anything, didn't check him, didn't stay on him. And then Myers was kind of frozen because he didn't know if he should commit to Hanifin or check Coleman in the slot. And Hanifin tries to get it to Coleman, but instead DeSmith puts it in his own net. It doesn't sound as egregious as that. He basically tried to save it and went up, hit his stick paddle, and I think hit his arm and went behind him. And that was a killer, because now you're down 2 goals. And as much as Calgary struggled today, that's 2 goals, not impossible, of course, but 2 goals then made it tougher for the Canucks to win. Then in the third period, Huberdeau scores and on a snapshot, and I didn't like this one. I thought that DeSmith could have had this one as well. I'm just trying to remember this. I remember when I saw it, I thought that was from in tight over DeSmith on the short side. So I think DeSmith could have had that one as well. Then Hoglander scores on a nice tip from a Myers point shot, and then it's 4-2 with 10 minutes left. And it's not for sure comeback, but this Canucks team, the way they've been scoring, you think that they can make up 2 goals in 10 minutes, excuse me. And then the tricky thing is they get a power play. So you think all is good. Man, just imagine if the Canucks score on the power play and then make it 4-3, pull the goal, and you never know what's going to happen. And then Connor Garland inexplicably takes a tripping penalty. And it was interesting that Garland was on the ice for that power play, because earlier in the game when the Canucks scored on their power play, Hronek was the one, because obviously Kuzmenko's out. So it was Besser, it was Petey, it was Miller, it was Hughes, and it was Hronek. But then for this late power play, it was Garland instead of Hronek, and Garland ends up taking a penalty, taking the Canucks off the power play, and it basically sealing the game. Now, I'm not going to sit there and say if Garland didn't take that penalty, the Canucks would have tied it up, would have scored there, and then they would have tied it up, and then they would have won the game. I'm not saying that at all, but you got to give yourself a chance to win the game there, and Garland did not make a smart play. Garland had a rough game. He got slashed in the hand once. He got a stick to the face that wasn't called. So tough. And then empty netter from Lindholm from center off a bad pass from Hughes, admittedly trying to create in the offensive zone, but not going to blame Hughes too much when you're already losing by 2. So that's what happened. That's how the Calgary, it's crazy. All 5 Calgary goal scorers scored their 3rd goal of the season. Weegar with his 3rd, Dubé with his 3rd, Hanifin with his 3rd, Huberdeau with his 3rd, Lindholm with his 3rd. I think Lindholm had a 4.9 if I'm not mistaken. Shots, basically even the first period, almost even the third, but then the second period is where the Canucks struggled. Very reminiscent of their very first games of the season. Then you look at Lindholm only had 3 points. I thought he had 4. Then you look at the Canucks, their box score. No one had a good night. No one had multiple point nights. Hughes, Myers, Pedersen, Hoglander, Lafreniere, Miller all had 1, but minuses all over the place. -4 for PD. That's not good. That means Mikheyev must have been -3 there. -4 for PD. That's a little rough, admittedly. Then -3 for Hughes. So our 2 best players were actually the worst when it came to plus minus today. Just looking if there's anything else that really stands out to me. No one had more than 3 hits. No one had more than 3 shots. And then time on ice. Yeah, but you're down by 2. You're not going to tax your guys too much. Yeah, the high man on the offense was PD at 18, but there's no 19, 20, 21. And on defense, Friedman got 11, Juleson got 15. As expected, the other 4 guys got over 20 minutes of ice time. So that's what happened tonight, you guys. With that loss, and with the Vegas Golden Knights comeback win over Montreal, those are the Pacific Division results that we care about. Just thinking, oh, shoot, and the Kings won too. And the Sharks won. Crazy. The Sharks beat the Blues. And the Kraken won. Okay. So basically everyone in the Pacific Division won tonight, and Calgary won, obviously. So 5 teams in the Pacific won. San Jose, LA, Seattle, Calgary, and Vegas. The only Pacific team to lose was us, because we lost to Calgary. And then it looks like Edmonton and Anaheim didn't play. So what does that mean for the standings? For the Pacific Division, which is what we care about first and foremost, it means that we are now 2 points behind Vegas with equal number of games played. LA is actually 4 behind us with 2 games in hand, so they could tie us technically. And then Seattle slowly picking it up. Calgary and Edmonton slowly picking it up, but we still have a sizable gap over those teams. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. As in terms of the conference, we are still second in the conference, but Dallas has got a couple games in hand on us, and they could jump us. And then in the league, then we are still a top 5 team. We are number 3 right now, but Rangers and Dallas have games in hand on us as well. Finally, you look at the stats and you look at the points. There's our 3 guys still at the top: Hughes, Pedersen, Miller, all with 27 and 17. But Panarin could catch up because he's only played 14 games and he's sitting there at 24. So, but for now, our 3 heroes, our 3 Canucks players, are still at the top of the scoring table. So there are some thoughts for you tonight. Would love to get your reaction to the game in a couple of minutes. Let me do my mid-show sponsor read first, and then I'll lead. I'll give you a question coming right out of the mid-show sponsor read. Sound good? Sound great. So let's go. Let's go right now. Shout out to my primary sponsor, Van City Experts Real Estate. Contact Jason Lim and his team for all of your real estate needs. Shout out to my secondary sponsor, Perform and Transform Personal Training Weight Loss. Check them out at ptforum.com. Thank you to Gassy Jack Art, maker of that fine artwork. Thank you to Monkey Nine Brewing, my eternal sponsor. And thank you to Vessi Footwear. Use the code tinyurl.com/VessiClay and receive a free pair of socks off your next pair of, not off your next pair, when you buy a pair of Vessi shoes. Don't forget, if you are looking for Canucks tickets, email me, canuckclay@gmail.com. And this is the last of my streams for this week. Will not be streaming tomorrow. I will be at the game on Saturday, so I'm looking forward to seeing the Canucks play on Saturday night. Try and get back on the winning track as they host the Seattle Kraken. So, a mid-show reminder to all of you to subscribe so you can get active in the chat section. Like the video. There are 75 of you in here, only 20 likes. So let's try and get that up to 30. If you haven't liked the video yet, just quickly hit the like button. And I like to see those numbers go up right in front of my eyes. So let's get that up to 30. We're at 20 right now. I'm sure 10 of you could press the like button. We have not received any donations yet. So if you want to get the donation train out of the station, you're more than welcome to, whether that's a donation or a gift of a membership. You can also buy your own membership, upgrade your own membership. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. Let's get to your comments now. And really, just tell me how you're feeling right now. I'll have time to read almost all your comments as long as they're related to the Canucks and stuff. And then if it gets too crazy, I'll do questions only. But for now, I'm able to highlight most of your comments because there's less than 100 people in here. Just tell me how you're feeling. Are you okay with the loss? Do you give props to Calgary for winning? Are you not worried about the Canucks? You win some, you lose some. Tell me how you're feeling right now. Oh yes, and by the way, Papa Seal, he's crazy. He checked Miller into the net. He went after Hughes, and then he took DeSmith's gold stick away. So he's going to be. I was on Game Over Calgary with Peter, and that's exactly how that guy plays for sure. Yeah, Garland did have a rough night for sure, Angelo. Apparently, Nadia will be at the Rogers Arena on November 28th. Yes, I was aware of that. Her mother let me know about that, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be at that game yet. I have it clear, but not sure if I'm going to be there yet. And you're right, Fangirl. You do win some and you lose some. Carol says the defense is worrying her. That's fine. German, this loss is okay as long as we beat the Kraken and definitely Sharks. Yeah, those are two teams we need to beat. Technically, we should have beat Calgary tonight too. Easy to be here after a win, not so easy here after loss. Regardless, I think the Canucks will be fine. Losses will happen. Yeah, B Presto, I'm not sure if you're talking about you as a fan. For me, even I'm always motivated to create content. I'm always motivated to be here for you guys. But yeah, definitely the mood is different when the Canucks lose. But just imagine what it's been like trying to do this for the past 3 seasons. And of course, the numbers are smaller, which I'm fine with. By the way, thanks to everyone who watched my breakdown video today. I brought out the green screen and I did it again. And I broke down last night's overtime winner, Quinn Hughes and JT Miller, combining for that beautiful goal. So, and thank you for the great feedback on that video. You guys seem to like those kind of breakdown videos. I'll try and do more. Popsicle, the new Marchand, we'll see. We'll see. If the Flames do break down and rebuild, Popsicle will garner attention from around the league. Yeah, we'll see. It's early. I think I heard that it's only the 6th game of the year. Shannon's not worried. No problem. Calgary played well, but if Denver played, it'd definitely be a different game. Can't believe Hronek broke a streak. Yes, 11-game point streak ended tonight. Kuzmenko not playing is really noticeable. Yeah, don't forget the Canucks had 2 of their top 12 out, Kuzmenko and Pius Suter, and they had 1 of their top 4 D-man out. Not an excuse, but that's 3 of your regular 18 skaters were out in the lineup tonight. What do you do with the D pairings? I feel concerned with having Friedman and Juleson, basically AHL quality defensemen. Friedman has been okay, but no chance he plays on other teams. Yeah, I agree. With Juleson and Friedman in the lineup, it's not great. So this is what I was worried about. As soon as the Canucks had 5 bona fide NHL defensemen coming this season, Hughes, Hronek, Cole, Myers, and Susie. Now Cole's out, so now you're down to 4, and that's why you have Juleson and you have Friedman. Even if Hirose comes in, I'm not sure he's the NHL caliber yet, even if Bovenlander comes in. So yeah, I do think with Susie being out for 2 months, which is a long time, I wouldn't be surprised if the Canucks make some sort of trade. I don't know with who, I don't know with what, but we shall see. Forward's not concerned, goaltending either. Defense on the right side is very concerning, especially that third pair. Yeah, actually, and Jack, Susie's been playing on the left, so technically we should be worried about the third pairing, the third guy on both sides, on the left side and the right side. I've always been worried about the right side because it basically goes Hronek, Myers, and then one of Friedman, Juleson, McCord, whoever it may be. Not a fan of Juleson lineup. Yeah, I like to see them go Hughes, Hronek, Cole, Myers, and then hope that Juleson, Friedman don't get scored on. Yeah, that was rough indeed. The main Pokemon cartoon theme song, "Got to Catch 'Em All." Yeah, it doesn't work. I think Juleson was okay. He certainly wasn't the reason why they lost. Bo wasn't happy his team lost instead of Calgary. Huh? Bo wasn't happy his team lost instead of Calgary. Suter is injured, but Edmund, sounds like it's day to day. But Tocchet would not commit to him being in the lineup on Saturday. Team definitely looked tired, but no excuse. I agree. Sucks to lose to Calgary rival, but can't win them all. Fans have to understand that this team is not unstoppable. This team has shown they can bounce back. And Garland, my homie, didn't take a penalty. Yeah, Garland, that was a bad penalty to take at the end. And you're right, they're not going to win every game. I won't be too confident with Vancouver making the playoffs until the All-Star game or trade deadline, until I see the clinching X by their name in the standings. Yeah, but I would suggest, Fangirl, you should be relatively confident with the fact that Canucks are still 8 games over 500 already. I think Hirose should be in the lineup. I'd love to see him in the lineup. No need to panic at all. Just one bad game. I thought Carlson was okay. He was noticeable, especially at the end, because they tried to get him some power play time. I thought he was fine. He's played with Hoglander quite a bit. Hoglander mentioned that after the game. So I thought as a first game, he was fine. And even if he doesn't stick around the lineup now, at least it was kind of like an audition. So the Canucks know what they have in him if they decide to pull him up. Yes, I did hear Tocchet say that Kuzmenko might be ready to go. Probably better chance we see Kuzmenko than Suter on Saturday. Myers has been fine. Would like to get a second pair right-hand D and definitely need 2 more D-men. Yeah, I love Ethan Bear to come back. No team has gone 82-0 for sure. Flames wanted Podkolzin and Hoglander for Tanev. No, I would not do that. Not do that at all, Pardeep. I think I'd rather see Bovelli play with PD. I would love to see Hoglander I thought Hoglander was going to take the top spot, actually, Kuzmenko's spot. Do you think it would be a good idea to sit PD the next games against weaker opponents because the injury looks to be bothering him a bit? It certainly didn't look like it was bothering him on that goal. No, I don't think you sit him unless he can't play. But if he can play through what he's playing through, then I think you still try that. Yeah, we have Avs in Vegas coming up in the latter part of the month for sure. If Kuzmenko is still hurt, I can see Kuzi playing Saturday, or worst case, he plays Monday. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that was about your Bovelli comment. Yes. PD did score a great goal, Tyler. Love Noah, but he's been okay at the HL level, but the depth is not there. I agree. The line blender is worrisome. Yeah, it was weird. We saw PD play with Garland. We saw Mikheyev. We see PD play with Garland and Giuseppe, and then Mikheyev went to Besser and Miller. Yeah, I don't know if I would have switched it up. What's the ideal term and length for a Bear contract in Vancouver? That's a decent question. I don't see him getting more than a year or 2 at the most. 1.5. Yeah, Bovelli is not being very effective. That's for sure. He's got to be more effective. I'm not sure what's wrong with him. Maybe he's just not an effective player on this team. Out of 43 teams in HL history to win 12 of the first 16, only team to miss the playoffs was the 2018 Blues, and they won the Cup. Yep, I'm not worried about it either. I don't want Alvini to panic deals like how Nona's traded away too many draft picks for only short-term fixes. I'd rather see hockey trades, but I don't think Tanev would be a long-term answer. I agree with that. Tanev does have some chemistry and history with Hughes, though. So you could go Hughes Tanev on one line, and then you could go Hronek on a second line. That's one thing you could do, a second pairing, I should say. But we'll see if it ever gets to that. I don't make that trade just to reunite him with Hughes. Anyway, we can get an Eastern team to trade for Tanev, to make a deal with that Eastern team for Tanev. Oh, so we don't give anything to Calgary, perhaps? That's a good thought. Oh, Shannon Fangirl talking. That's cool. At least they're going to have a lot of fresh tape to work with. I've been impressed with the way it bounced back from losses this season. Yeah, we've never lost two. Oh, no, we only lost 2 games in a row twice. Start again. We've only lost 2 games in a row once, and that was when we lost to Philly and Tampa to start off that first road trip. Do you think we should go with DeSmith as a new contract at the end of the year, or do you think Silas? No, I think DeSmith, yeah, I think he's making 1.8, which is quite a bit for backup. I don't think DeSmith comes back next year. I think they're paving the way for Silas. I really do. Talk at mixing lines harkens back to the days of Vigneault. Vigneault was not afraid to blend lines. That is for sure. Do you think Bavili in a second for Tanev is fair? I don't like that second. I don't like that second part deep. I'd much rather it be a third, but I'd do it. In reality, no team can win all games. Of course. Yes, I agree. I'd rather see Canucks explore a Fabro over Tanev. Costs more about long-term, but yeah, he's a younger player. Chemistry was lacking on those blends, but nice to see the Lotto line out. Yeah, good point. They tried the Lotto line a couple times, but yeah, you can't expect much chemistry if they haven't been playing together from anyone. Thoughts on Hoglander? He's been okay. 6 points in 15 games. Not bad. Not bad. I think Talkett does like him. And I've always said we need him to play well and outperform that contract, $1.1 million this year and next year. Oh, yeah. Tanev, if you're trading for Tanev, it's short term. It's for 1 or 2 years most. And you don't consider him part of the core if he comes back. And there we go. Edmund says, I consider Tanev if he resigns here in Vancouver for like a 2-year deal. AV, those are fun days. I think everyone is forgetting about Ethan Bear. Yep, mentioned him a bit earlier. Honestly, I wouldn't give up a younger bull in a second for a very veteran. Yeah, I think that's a little too much. Tanev is 33. Good to know. Thanks, Coach Rob. 3 weeks left, and I'm finally off for 9 months. Nice, Taylor. Congrats. You're almost there. You're almost there. Yeah, I want Hronek on PP1. Hughes plays like a forward anyways. I'm fine with that. And there's nothing wrong having 2 D-men. It's not like you're going to both of them on the point the whole time. I think it's fine. I'd rather see Hronek on PP1 than Garland. I don't know, Zal. Hirose was sent back down today, so we'll see if Kuzmenko's fine, then they'll probably send Carlson back down, and they'll bring Hirose back up. No chance Calgary trades Tanev here unless we overpay, and I don't want to do that for sure. Mason Appleton. I like Appleton. I like him a lot. Tyson predicting a cup in 3 years. That's cool. Hey, Patrick. Should we send Jules into the hood? The hood. So that we can be hood. He can be hood ready like me. I'm always hood ready. What does this make me look like, you guys? This probably makes me look like I'm 5 years old, like a wannabe. Maybe I don't have to listen to anyone because there's no guest. So maybe I'll just wear this for the next couple minutes. I'm also not super confident because of how 2011 went. I was so confident we would hoist the cup then. Yeah, we're 1 game away. When will the Canucks win 4-2? I don't know. I've been asking for it. Hirose may have been papered down, cap reasons. Oh, I never thought about that, Eric. Thank you. Peter back to G mode. Clay looks like a demon. That's not good. Don't mind the loss, but other teams had to win. Yes, everyone else in our division won. Who's coming to watch the Nucks versus the Kraken? Yeah, I know Parker's going to be down there, not as part of that bus trip. I'm going to be down there with my son Jacob, and I'm not sure if anyone here from the stream is signed up for that trip with Neil. We're winning the cup this year. My record watching this year is 12-1-1. Awesome, Jack. If you tighten the strings on the hoodie, you'll be feeling like a kid again for sure. Oh shoot! I just knocked the glasses off my. I knocked the glasses off my face. The Canucks are playing way better than the Blue Jays play baseball this year. Canucks should teach the Jays how to play baseball. I'm not sure how well that's going to go. Clay, as a hoodie guy like myself, nice hoodie, homie. Thank you. Yeah, I do like this one, actually. I really like this one. All right, let's go for another 5 minutes or so. Not a lot going on despite the loss, but I'm in no rush. But as long as the conversation is flowing. Actually, tonight we'll do a bit of Ask Me Anything. That's what we'll do in 5 minutes. Who do you think is the most favorable first round matchup? I wouldn't want the Oilers if they make it, even though we might sweep them in the regular season. Yeah, I think we have a better chance against Calgary, despite what we saw today. I get a better chance against the Kings. If we finish second or third, it will likely be the Kings because I think Vegas is going to win. So, and I don't know how we match up against the Kings this year yet. We haven't played them just yet. Hey, Kaya. Clay, I look warm. Yeah, I'm warm tonight, Carol. I like it. Stoots looking hit. Let's not sleep on the Sharks. I still have a weird feeling. I'm not worried about the Sharks. I'm more worried about Calgary and Edmonton. I'm not worried about the Sharks. Kaya, why is Clay wearing a hood? Well, I got inspired by Peter's Homie G hood talk, so I decided to put my hood on. Okay, Pardeep, what does Clay meow mean? Is that good or bad? Yes, I am hood ready. All good in the hood. Anyone else notice tonight's game was so choppy, no flow? I agree with that. It also feels like more flow when the Canucks are winning, for sure, and when they're scoring a lot of goals. You know how it is back in the hood, G. I heard on the latest Dangle podcast episode that Leafs tickets were $300, even though it was the end of the second period. That is crazy. Party, what does meow mean? Is that good or bad? Because if it was bad, I'll take off the hood. If it's good, I'll leave it on. As a Nucks fan, the overconfidence is a weird feeling. We're not used to this. Yeah, can you imagine that we're talking about coming back to earth, or the fact that we were even atop the standings? That is such a weird feeling for sure. Diaper up. What does that mean? I turned off the game in the second period because I knew it was over. Oh, Kaya. That's fine. When you did the video on the Hughes overtime goal, how come you don't get a copyright strike? I did get a copyright. Oh, no, it's not a copyright strike. I intentionally did not monetize it, Coach Rob, because I used NHL footage. So I didn't try to monetize it. So I got a copyright notice, which I expected, but I didn't get a strike, which is the main thing. Sharks are being a dumpster fire. Okay, now I'm getting too warm. Sharks have been a dumpster fire ever since they got rid of their most top players like Couture. Am I going in the... Oh, you won. That's awesome, Harry. That's too far out. I don't know yet if I'm going to the Canucks Jets game on February 17th. I'm just looking to see what day of the week it is. Well, it's a Saturday. So perhaps, but I don't know for sure. Do a quick freestyle about hoodies. Okay, this one I'm not going to clip and put on social media, but when I'm feeling cold, I put on my hood. Even though I look funny, it's still all good because I'm here with you and me and we're talking. And after this stream, I think I'll be walking to the kitchen so I can get a hot chocolate. What rhymes with chocolate? I'm going to box it. And that's what I'm going to do after this stream. And I still love the Canucks. They are my favorite team. There we go. Boom. Booyah. Clay out. That sucked. I'm not going to meow. What, you think I'm a show monkey, Pardeep? Even though I just did a freestyle rap for Zal. Oh, that is bad. Poor ice conditions. Yeah, Edmonton is known as some really good ice. I'm not sure if Calgary is known as good ice. What's an underrated Canucks podcast or YouTube channel you could recommend? There are lots. There are a couple out there. I don't even know their names, where they just do highlights and they talk about them. They're quite good. They're quite funny, actually. Of course, I think Parker is doing some great stuff. I think Rev Trev, Kempner Canucks, love his passion. Locked on Canucks is a lot of fun. So there's a few that you can check out for sure. Eminem is in for Clay. The odds for tonight's game was Canucks. Yes, I saw that. They're the underdogs. Could have made some money if they won. Claiming them. That breakdown was rad, by the way. The Hughes winner. Thank you, Eric. I do enjoy that. And that's still a one-take wonder. I don't edit those. I like to be a bit more free and just be a little bit spontaneous, show my knowledge of the game, if you call that knowledge, more show my gift of gab. So yeah, I'm going to start to do more of those videos in the future. But it actually took a long time because I had to put up this green screen. Jacob has a green screen, but it's way too big. So I had to tape it up on my back wall. What I think I might do on Black Friday is buy a smaller green screen that I can just pull up behind me. I've seen green screens that you attach to the back of your chair, but so it's just like an oval here, but I'm not sure how effective those are. But thank you. Draisaitl, Makar, or Hollaback. Don't need Hollaback because we have Demko. I would say kill Makar to play with Hughes would be amazing. I'm not going to say the Sharks are contenders just yet. Yeah, Kai, I know you're at the game. I was jealous. Going to your game on March 13th. That's pretty sweet. Hip hop is calling. Not sure about that. Charlie Desmile. Thank you, Zao. Hey, that rhymed too. Clay's got a freestyle to P to get him signed 8 years, not 4. Okay, I'll do my best. 3 strikes, you're out when you do YouTube videos. Yeah, if you get copyright strikes. So I'm trying very hard not to get copyright strikes. And as long as you don't monetize those type of things, you should be okay. We need a Canuck Clay and Hockey Guy collab with Shannon. Yeah, I've had him on my show once or twice before. I do like Shannon a lot. Party, just start, man. Just start and do something that's different than other people. I think that's a great way to get involved. Kaya, you're so sweet. You said this before. I'm going to say it again. Get this guy a Grammy. If you're talking about me, I appreciate that. You're the best. I am going to be at the Saturday game, JS. Yes. I'm a fan of the fellows doing replay breakdowns. Hockey Psychology. Yes. Is that the one? He's good. He's good. If that's the one. Carol says not bad. Why, thank you. Philippe, prior to the season, I would have picked Makar because I think they're both good offensively. They're both good defensively. And the fact that Makar can play the right side, and those are so much harder to come by. So before the season, I have said Makar over Hughes, although I was very thankful that we had Hughes. Hughes, the start of the season has certainly changed my mind a little bit. At the end of their careers, I would not be surprised if Makar had a more successful career if we're talking about points and cups. But that's not all to say that I'm not grateful for Quinn Hughes and what he does for this team. But remember, Makar was a higher draft pick too. He got picked 4th in the year that PD got picked 5th. Hughes got picked 7th. So they're still like, I'm sure I would love Rasmus Dahlin. I'm sure I love Miro Heiskanen. So I do like Makar a lot. And at the same time that I'm very happy that we have Hughes. Are you going to be at the members event at the team store? No, I was not aware of that, Gerald. Tell me more about that. I did not get an invite to that. Tell me what that is. Too many collabs. Who are you talking about? Me? What does that mean, Fillmore? I do too many, or there's too many out there? Is there any game over with all the hosts? Those are great shows. Right now, for Vancouver, we are planning a Christmas show where all 4 of us will be on. If it's me, Parker, Sam, and Kaya. And then, as you know, for 2 Canadian teams, we go 1 host from each market. Yeah, you saw Kuzi get hurt in person. That is tough. Yeah, Gen 95 is awesome. And yeah, she's a girl and she's great. I permanently goes to a lot of games. Yeah, I've seen that too. Oh, Fillmore, you're saying me on my own. Do you even mean that for Game Over too? Fillmore, I'd love your opinion. Actually, that's a really good poll question that I'm going to ask you guys right now because let's do this. And I know, so you can answer depend on the guest. Okay. So in general, do you prefer, for those of you that watch Game Over, let's say this. What do you prefer for when I host Game Over? So that's on Game Over Vancouver on SDPN. So that's I do about 1 out of every 4 games, solo guest. And again, don't say depends on the guest, because obviously if it's a good guest, you're going to say always come on a guest. If it's a bad guest, you're going to say don't bring on a guest. But I'm asking you in general, for those of you that do watch Game Over Vancouver, do you like it when I run it solo, or do you like it when I have a guest on? And obviously there are pros and cons to both. Solo, I have more control. I can control the narrative, and there's just less coordination. A guest is always nice because they bring in a different perspective. I only have to talk half the time. And generally I like to see, because I'm solo here, I immediately like to have guests on Game Over. Hoodie Woody losing on a back-to-back doozy. there you go. There you go. Yes, Gerald, DM me. That would be awesome. Thank you, brother. And maybe I got invited, but Mike, my season ticket partner, gets all the emails. So maybe I haven't seen it yet, but maybe, I don't know. Canucks Islanders game last night was amazing. Seeing Horvat when they showed the tribute video got me all emotional. That's awesome. That's awesome. Clay, I think you and Gail need to go to the Canucks game, and then Gail drives home and you do a recap of the Canucks game. Yeah, no, I'd rather, I've done that before. To be honest with you, I'm still trying to figure out what my best post-game approach is, because a lot of times I'm not available to do a post-game video. I did one last night because I was home and it was a big win and it did very well. Then I was doing YouTube shorts, just 60 seconds, and those do okay. Those do fine. And then, of course, I have my 11 o'clock live stream. So I'm still trying to figure out what the best post-game is. I'm not going to do a post-game live stream unless it's Game Over Vancouver or unless it's my 11 o'clock live stream. I'm not going to come on at like 9:30 or anything like that, or at 7:30 if it's a Eastern time zone. Do your family, friends, coworkers do Secret Santa? Yeah, we do. We do. But it's not consistent. It's hit and miss. Yeah, Horvat was on the ice and he was checking on Horvat, which was good. Our Umla says more collabs. Love chatting with other fans. Okay, that's good to know. Game Over Vancouver, me, Kaya, Parker, and Sam. Yes, it will be in December for sure. Before choosing between Hughes and Makar, I feel the way their skills work with a specific team should be considered. Will Makar work as well in Vancouver and vice versa? You'd like to think so. That's a great point, Eric, but you'd like to think so given just how skilled they are. Yeah, I will bring on my brother Jason. He is very good. He is very good. Yeah, Nuckhead is good. Nuckhead, I think, is the one I was thinking about too. I'm getting Nuckhead and Hockey Psychology mixed up. I have to look at both of them. Yeah, I like Alyssa Hope as well. Oh, thank you, Saraya. You're listening to me as you work out. I hope that if maybe I'm inspiring you to work out because I'm so out of shape. Hockey Guy is indeed very good. Upper Bowl is kind of hard to see what's going on the other side because of the new Jumbotron. Yes, I am aware of that, especially if you're sitting high. Who's that, Eric? If you're talking about Top Shelf Hockey, Mike, I do like him. Oh, you're at the Sports Bar Live. Awesome. Hello and good night. No problem, Tyler. Let's close that poll. It looks like having a guest works. 61% guest, 38% solo. Sounds good. 5 minutes, you guys, to wind up the last stream of the week with a little bit of Ask Me Anything. So no more Canucks or hockey-related questions, no matter how good they are, unless you leave a donation to go with that question. Last 5 minutes, we are going to go Ask Me Anything, but no Canucks, hockey, or NHL-related questions. I'll ask this one because it has to do with collab. No, Shannon's been on my show before. I didn't say he didn't get back to me. He's always gotten back to me for sure. We did a collab, but it was like 1 or 2 years ago now. I'm going to look it up on my page real quick to see if I can find it. And then I'll put it in the chat. Canuck Clay, the hockey guy. Oh, it was a live stream. And it was a year ago. And I'm going to put it in the chat right now. Oh, weird. It was back on, when was this? February 2nd, so a year and a half ago. And I had 8,600 subscribers. So I got 1,700. Well, man, this stream looks funny. My stream looks so much different even a year and a half ago. So here it is. Here it is. No, Jay, I'm not going to go a bit later today because I do have other things I need to get done. But I'm going to go 5 minutes for Ask Me Anything for sure. Does Mickey watch TV with the family? He'll come down for a bit. He'll lie with us. But no, he usually likes being upstairs. He's just the laziest dog I've ever seen. Post to post. Cool. Star Wars versus Star Trek. Philippe, I hate to disappoint you. Neither. I don't watch Star Wars and I don't watch Star Trek. Would you and Gail consider challenging the hockey guy and his wife to a pickleball match? No, for a couple of reasons. I don't know how athletic Shannon and his wife are. We've never played pickleball. Gail is a good athlete in some things and not a good athlete in other things. And I'm recovering from a torn Achilles tendon. So for all those reasons, I'm going to say no. Thoughts on McIntyre joining Judgment Day? I think it freshens up the story a bit. Judgment Day, they're hot. They have a lot of heat, but the wrestlers inside are just okay. Like Balor, Priest, Mysterio, they're not like superstars. So bringing McIntyre in gives them some more superstar stature for sure. Do I remember my best Christmas gift from Gil? Well, there were a couple Christmases where we went to the Philippines and I didn't have to pay. Their family paid for it. So maybe that counts. And maybe the fact that she hasn't dumped me since 1989, maybe that's the best gift overall. You should see my dog though. He's sleeping so often, he's practically a rock. Kaya, that is awesome. What kind of dog do you have and what's the dog's name? Would I rather join the Judgment Day or get drunk with Solo? I'll join the Judgment Day. They look like a lot of fun because I don't drink. -1 out now. Crazy. Thanks, Philippe. Thanks for being here. I wonder if Mickey would be able to see Bluey. I don't even know what that means. Who's Bluey? Is Bluey that kid show? Bluey. Oh, this guy. Why is he I don't know anything about Bluey. Is he invisible except for dogs? Will I be attending SmackDown at Rogers Arena? Not sure yet because we're actually going to have a big birthday party for Kayla on that day, her 16th birthday, but we might move it to the Thursday. So then, yeah, I might be able to go to SmackDown actually. But I don't have tickets just yet, Harry. Don't have tickets just yet. How many dog beds does Mickey have? My family dog has like 4, 1 tent, 1 bed, 1 kennel. Wow. No, he's only got 1 and he doesn't use it. He sleeps with Gil and me. No, I think he will cash in eventually, but they're sure stretching it out. My favorite hockey player name? No, all the names I can think of are perverted for some reason. I'll get back to you on that one. Truly, Eric. Maltese, beautiful. Name is Snowflake. Awesome. 3 people Clay needs to interview. Coach Rob, Fangirl, and Carol. Okay, I'll take that into consideration for sure. Longest time you spent during traffic? Oh, that's a good question. Maybe 2 or 3 hours. I haven't really gotten stuck like in a horrible traffic jam or like a snowstorm or anything like that. So maybe just 2 or 3 hours. Some good suggestions from David on YouTubers here. Bluey is a show that dogs can watch since they're able to see the colors of the show. No, I've not done my Christmas shopping, but we've done a substantial portion of it. I'm going to do a lot of it during Black Friday. Met the Sedines 2 years ago. Awesome. Fangirl had 2 Maltese. Very good. And how come we always lose to Toronto and Calgary? I don't know if it's always. I remember us beating Toronto and Calgary at home a lot, but yeah, not the best. Zezel, that's a good name. Yeah, I like that name. For sure. And we'll end off with this. What would be your dream vacation to travel to? Never been to Australia. I want to go there. And I've been to Rome, but I want to bring Gail to Rome. And that's what we were supposed to do in 2000, but we're probably going to bump that to 2025. Okay, friends. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I am going to wrap up right here. And I want to see, I'm going to invite you. I am fine. I'm confident in myself, and I don't want to sound like I'm begging ever. But if you want to leave a late donation and break the donation shutout, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, I will do my usual wrap up. So thank you for being here. Moderators, thank you for keeping this a safe space. Thank you, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Carol Bovenlander, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame and franchise members for your support. Always appreciate you guys. And to everyone else for subscribing, for watching, for liking the video. Always appreciate you. And I never, ever take you for granted. Don't forget that I'm not streaming on Friday and Saturday, but I will be at the Saturday game. No plans for a meetup or anything like that. But let's say this. If you're at the game and you want to see me, for whatever reason. Second intermission, I will go outside my section of 319. So that will be the second intermission. I'll just get some. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm actually going to take that back, because with my injury, it is very hard for me to get out of the out of my seat. But if you want to meet up and you want to say hi to me, send me a DM or send me an email, canuckclay@gmail.com, or find me on Instagram, whatever. And then I will do my best to say hi to you. But I must admit, my mobility is still not the best right now. And if you want any Canucks tickets, make sure you email me at canuckclay@gmail.com. Thank you to my sponsors, Advanced Elite Experts Real Estate, Perform and Transform, personal training, weight loss. And once again, if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. So thanks everyone for being here. I will see you on Sunday night for my next live stream. And if you're at the game on Saturday, and if you want to say a quick hello, find me somehow, some way, somewhere, and we will do our best to make it happen. So on your way out, subscribe, like the video, leave a donation, become a member, upgrade your membership. And once again, thanks for being here. I will see you on Sunday night. But in the meantime, the Canucks have to get through. They will get through the Seattle Kraken this Saturday at home. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Yes, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, but he also had an amazing summer. God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah.